a witness and a victim. Pelosi continues to recover from a fractured skull and other injuries. His wife says this attack has been traumatic for her whole family and could impact her political future, including whether she decides to stay in Congress if Republicans win control of the House. Bill.
We'll watch. Thanks, Claudia Cowan in San Francisco.
So the Mexican government has released a new anti-drug advertisement featuring images of homeless people and open-air drug users in Philadelphia. The purpose is to scare Mexican kids from doing drugs. But why is Mexico using video from Philly? And what's the reaction there in that city? Let's bring in Jennifer Stefano, columnist for the Philadelphia Inquirer and a fellow with the Independent Women's Forum. Jennifer, you live in Philly. You experienced this. What's the reaction for people you talk to about Mexico using Philly as an example of what not to do?
Yeah, well, we're absolutely horrified by what's happening on the streets of Philadelphia, and it's no lost irony on any of us who love and care about the city of Philadelphia that Mexico is an enormous part of the problem, that there are cartels, that they allow illegal drugs to flow through the border into the United States and do not protect their northern border. Our southern border is hugely problematic. While I'm not against anything showing children the true devastation that is happening on the streets of Philadelphia, I would argue that the Mexican government is an enormous part of this problem.
One of the things I have here is call for number one, drug overdoses in Philly, almost 1,300. Fentanyl overdoses, 76% of all drug deaths. So, when you look at that ad, some people might think, well, is that a dramatization or is that exaggerated? But you've seen it for yourself. I mean, that's real.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Dana, I've driven down what's called Kensington, a K&A, and I won't drive down to it anymore. It is one of the most tragic things that you ever see. The video is just a small part of what really is going on there. And this is the failed war on drugs, where we as the United States decided to criminalize a disease, addiction. We put the victims in jail, and we failed to go after the real problem, the cartel. And this is an example of a couple of things: the failed war on drugs, but also the total and complete totalitarian hold of the Democratic Party on the city of Philadelphia for the last 60+ years. And also a George Soros-funded district attorney, Larry Krasner, overseeing this. There has been no solutions, no answers, and more lives lost in devastation.
I won't read you the whole quote, but Mayor Kenny of Philadelphia says it's not a good thing to see your city treated or portrayed that way, and he said that there's more work to do. You mentioned Larry Krasner, the prosecutor in Philadelphia. This just came across. I understand that there's going to be an impeachment vote in the House Judiciary Committee to see if they could get him out. Is that a realistic thing?
I think it's becoming more realistic, although the Democrats just took control of the House in Pennsylvania, so I think it is going to come and stall.
Right.
But I think there's a legitimate case to be made. It has been a bipartisan vote to move that forward before, so I think it still is possible. But it's remarkable to me that Mayor Kenny suggests there's work to be done. They've been in charge. Mayor Kenny's been in office. Larry Krasner's been in charge. They've been reelected. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting to do to solve this? This is the very fundamental issue. They promise and never deliver. And now lives and devastation are being lost. And by the way, there are many good people living in Kensington that have to deal with this every day. People lying on their stoops, children walking to school through the drugs and the carnage of this. It is the shame of the nation that this is happening.
Which is one other thing I want to point out, and I don't want to sound like we're just picking on Philly, but this is actually happening there. And to your point, the question is, when are they going to do something about it? Gas station shootings and robberies are way up in Philly. This will call for number 3, that there have been 69 gunpoint robberies at stations in 2022, up from 65 for all of 2021. There were only 20 gunpoint robberies in 2020. So what is happening at the gas stations in Philly?
Look, it's what the gas station, there's two things going on. Number one, it's one of the last places people must go to outside of their home. You don't have to go to a grocery store. You don't have to go to a mall. Those parking lots are not a sure thing for people, but people do have to go to the gas station. They usually pop out of the car. We leave it unlocked. Our phones are in the car, purses, wallets. And it's probably one of the last places where there's a lot of cash transaction as well. It's where people tend not to pay attention. It's easy target, easy prey. And once again, this shows, and I understand, I don't think you're picking on Philadelphia. Philadelphia. And this is not a dramatization. This is the real life here, that because we have lawlessness in our city, thanks to the George Soros-funded DA, Larry Krasner, and an incompetent mayor, and a near chokehold by the Democratic Party, there have been no solutions and no improvement on people's lives. In fact, if you live in the city, your lives are worsening. The crime is worse, the murders are worse, and there's no safe neighborhood. There's no good neighborhood.
And it's a shame because
Everywhere
it's a great American city. Philadelphia is a great American
it's
city.
wonderful.
And I know you love it.
Wonderful.
Jennifer Stefano, thank you for being with us today. We'll stay in touch.
Republicans on the cusp of taking the House. They need 1 seat. 13 are in play. We'll go to the board and show you what's happening on that today. Plus, new details on the suspect accused of killing 3 football players at the University of Virginia. The red flag that police say they saw months ago. Next.
What you think you know in the first 24 hours of any investigation and what you know after you've been able to sit down and talk to all the witnesses and everybody involved, sometimes it can be quite different. So everybody's in the midst of that, and we're asking everybody to be patient.
The Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is here. Get a bacon or sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, plus a small seasoned potatoes. That's a better breakfast for just $3 in 3 easy steps. 1, wake up. 2, get out of bed. And 3, head to Wendy's for your $3 breakfast deal. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. Select or request $3 breakfast deal in order to obtain discount. Not valid for all carte combos orders. Price and participation may vary. Last in Hawaii.
Sean Hannity here. We all know the power that the IRS has, and yes, for some it could be a bit scary, but if you're a business owner and you owe payroll taxes, well, maybe your business has taken a hit because of the pandemic. Well, scary is now an understatement. Not paying your payroll taxes can lead to outrageous penalties and much worse. The IRS can actually shut down your business and come after you personally. So do not try to deal with the IRS on your own. You need someone on your side to fight for you and win for you. Now get expert help. Call my friends at Rush Tax Resolution. Now, Rush Tax is an A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau, and they'll only take your case if they know they can help you. So many listeners have already called Rush Tax, and their tax issues are now over. If you're a business behind on payroll taxes, this is the company that I trust and I recommend. Call now. 800-258-7050, 800-258-7050, 800-258-7050, rushtaxresolution.com.
Sling TV has something for everyone. All your favorite shows on your favorite channels right at your fingertips. What you watch is up to you. It really just depends on what kind of mood you're in. So if you're looking for sports, Sling's got you covered with pro and college football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, racing, and so much more. Sling also has reality TV, so you can keep up with the latest gossip with today's hottest shows on channels like TLC, Bravo, MTV, and more. And don't forget about news. Get up to date with today's most trusted sources like MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News. Feeling adventurous? Explore thousands of movies and shows on demand. So, what kind of mood are you in? No matter what your answer, Sling has what you need. Sign up and start watching in just minutes. You can stream on any device and record up to 50 hours with included DVR space. Sling, the TV you love for a price you'll love. Try us today.
Are you a serious stock trader? Carnivore Trading is up over 200% year to date. That's right, over 200% since January in the worst stock market of our lifetime. If you're tired of getting your butt kicked in the market, if your financial advisor is hiding under his desk, avoiding client calls while your account gets scorched, you need to go to crushthedow.com right now. For free, you can experience how Carnivore is making 200%. Carnivore Trading is a tight community of Hall of Fame traders that trade together every day. We're letting you see for the first time what we're trading in real time and trade alongside us if you just go to crushthedow.com. Stop listening to people that lose you money. Start listening to the pros at Carnivore Trading. Go to crushthedow.com and start trading with the lions of Wall Street.
Past performance is no indication of future results. The markets are volatile and you can lose money investing in stocks. The 2-week free trial is truly free. There's no cost for the free trial.
There are 2 kinds of entrepreneurs, those who run their business and those whose business runs them. If you've lost control of your business, consider running on EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System. EOS is used by more than 100,000 companies to clarify, simplify, and achieve their vision. Stop letting your business run you and start running your business. Schedule a free 90-minute meeting with an EOS implementer at eosworldwide.com. That's eosworldwide.com.
You want to be awesome like The Miz? You want to be a champion like me? Whether your game is wrestling or sports betting, you are going to need a game plan. DraftKings Sports